It's midday. Good afternoon. You're listening to the news at noon here in Citizen FM 93.7 Abuja. I'm Rayo Omotosho. The military and Inspector General of Police Usman Baba Monday read the riot act to individuals and groups opposed to the inauguration of the president-elect Bola Ahmed Tinubu on May 29th. Director of Defense Information, Brigadier General Tukur Gusau, re-echoed the military warning to dissident groups that are threats to the transition program and by extension to democracy in the country will be crushed. The Chief of Army Staff, Lieutenant General Farouk Yahya, had earlier threatened to crack down on potential threats to national security and warned troublemakers not to test the will of the military. Gusau, while responding to inquiries on the threats to the inauguration, explained that the military stood by the warning it earlier issued to groups calling for interim government.
The Nigerian police hereby sternly warn all political actors with subversive agenda and their collaborators, particularly their foot soldiers, who they are exposing to political radicalization and extremism, to henceforth jettison their ongoing premeditated attempt to create tension within the national space with the intention to derail in the May 29, 2023 presidential inauguration ceremony. Secondly, such persons, regardless of their political affiliation, who continuously engages in acts that are inimical to our nation's democratic and security interests.
The federal government Monday described as unworkable a bill currently being considered by the National Assembly seeking to restrict the migration of Nigerian doctors to climes perceived to be greener pastures. Minister of Labour and Employment, Senator Chris Ngige, revealed this while fielding questions from journalists after the extraordinary Federal Executive Council meeting presided over by Vice President Yemi Osinbajo at the State House, Abuja. Responding to a threat by resident doctors to embark on a 5-day warning strike over perceived attempts to ground medical and dental graduates nationwide for 5 years before being granted a practicing license, Ngige said the bill negates the extant labor laws.
I said that my memo is for the establishment and licensing of 37.
The bill in National Assembly cannot go to stop anybody from getting a full license. That's number one. That document is, as far as I'm concerned, not workable. Ab initio. I don't support it, and I will never support it. Like I said before, it's like cleaning a fly with a sledgehammer. They should think of other ways. If they are trying to check brain drain, there's other ways. If a doctor has read on scholarship, you want.
Worried by the alleged failure of the federal government to meet its demand, the Nigerian Association of Resident Doctors, NARD, Monday declared a 5-day warning strike. The industrial action will commence on Wednesday, May 17th and end on Monday, May 22nd. The decision to down the tool was taken after the Doctors' Extraordinary National Executive Council meeting held virtually on Monday. The Director General of the World Trade Organization, Dr. Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala, has advised incoming governors to stop depending on crude oil and diversify the sources of revenue in their domains. She spoke Monday during an induction organized for elected governors in Abuja, 2 weeks before the May 29th inauguration. According to her, states with overdependence on the monthly Federation Accounts Allocation Committee, FAC, will be badly hit.
Preparing now for a time when our oil and gas may no longer serve us as the main sources of revenue. States with a heavy dependence on FAC allocations will be particularly hit. It is important that you, governors, start now to diversify your revenue sources. Honorable governors, let us be candid. Trust in Nigeria has always been fragile, but following the election, a lot of trust has been broken. Excellencies, you have a lot of healing to do.
The Federal Road Safety Corps, FRSC, says over 40,000 people die annually as a result of road traffic crashes in the country. Corps Marshal FRSC Dauda Abu said this Monday in Abuja during activities marking the 7th United Nations Global Road Safety Week. He said these facts were the unholy statistics of road traffic crashes and injuries, which were the leading cause of death and disability. He also said that 1.3 million people were killed and as many as 50 million people get injured each year globally. The United States has taken steps to impose visa restrictions on specific individuals in Nigeria for undermining the democratic process during the just concluded 2023 general elections. U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken disclosed this on Monday. In a statement, Blinken said the administration of President Joe Biden is committed to advancing democracy in Nigeria and around the world. The Ukrainian capital, Kyiv, has been targeted by further Russian attacks, described by one official as exceptional in density. Ukraine said all 18 missiles were shot down, and footage shows air defenses destroying targets over the city. At least 3 people were injured during the barrage, which used both drones and missiles. Russia has stepped up its air campaign in recent weeks ahead of an expected Ukrainian offensive. And in sports, the Women's Champions League final between Barcelona and Wolfsburg has become the first final to be sold out since 2009 and 2010, European soccer's governing body UEFA said Tuesday. UEFA said over 34,100 tickets have been issued for the match, which will be played at the PSV Stadium in Eindhoven in the Netherlands on June 3rd. The final will beat the attendance record for a women's football match in the Netherlands, previously set in 2019, when the Netherlands national team played Australia in front of 30,640 spectators at the same venue. And that's the Citizen FM News at Noon, as compiled by Lawrence Samoite. You can visit our website, www.citizenfm.ng, or follow us on any of our social media platforms on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube. I'm Raya Motosho. Thanks for listening. Good afternoon.